It's been a while since we took some trades. I would like to welcome you guys to a unannounced stream right now. I haven't said today that I will stream anywhere. I'm just kind of going through charts and we'll look what is coming next in the next week or so, and we will check. It's not like I would want people here or not, but just casually charting today. So if you got the notification, I'm very happy to have you here. So how's the chart looking? The quarterly one. Need to go higher. Right place at the right time. Hey, what's up, guy? What's up, Go? Welcome. You're the first one. I haven't been announcing the stream anywhere. We're coming quite close to a manipulation zone. So this is the region where I would expect some sort of weird price movement. Let's just measure this move. Okay, the lines. Thought it would be misleading. So yeah, so this next week we are likely going to see some sort of weird moves, manipulation one, and then into the next sessions we would see a reversal. Expect some sort of top or bottom during this time. My guess is that we will make some weird moves around here as we are in 333 of the 4-year cycle. And wish I had a 16-year cycle here, but I don't. If I look into this, then this was the first one, second one. So this is actually a third one. So this area is going to be very important. The August. Let me check ETH, and then I also want to check Bitcoin from a different perspective that I was charting here. We're still fighting that supply level. There's a lot of colors, but basically this is where we are right now. This supply, this demand level and this supply level. As long as we are not above or below any of these points, then we are basically stuck in the range. You want to see a breakout above and then demand taking over. There's unfilled demand up here. So potentially I could do something like this, drop here, and then continue higher. Because if we look onto the daily, switch my songs. If we look into daily, there's a Wyckoff currently happening. And for our There's a free tab loading. Could actually refine this. So this is a drop. This is a this is an enhanced order block. So this is for now bullish. Because we had this candle, then we have the sweep. Potentially could be talking also about this candle. It's probably even better. See it on lower time frame. So what caused this move up? The Bojan low here. I think really weird here. 90 minutes. But this is okay for now. I'm looking for the total SPX here. Let's see how far we are on this. If you look here, this is a confirmed Bykov pretty much. But SPX total 2 looked much better. Also one more thing. Let's do that first. And now I don't know what was it exactly. So let's start. Actually, I think it's going to be here. So this is here, but this must be here then, I think. No? No. I don't know on which chart I had this. So let me just try to find it quickly. Maybe it was just Bybit? No. I doubt it was Binance. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So let's redo it. So this candle down here. There's a weird thing you will see in a second. This is the enhanced order block. It's the same candle on all of them. And this is supposed to be the XY. Yeah, so this little candle up here, we need to flip the DXY so it's more clear. Let's hide these, we don't need them for now. I can actually hide all the indicators as of now. So if you look into these, this is the same date for all of the charts, this candle, and it got immediately tested right here on Bitcoin. Then we started pushing higher. In here, Ethereum tries to test it. It did here, barely tapped it here, but then it's bounced off. But at the same time, Bitcoin was at this price and this price, so it never really came back to the levels we had previously there, while the XY made that retest here later on too, which was here. So the one that didn't test that level for the longest time is Bitcoin right now. So this structure basically tells us that we should come slightly lower on Bitcoin, but it also tells us that this chart is already more at this moment. And at the same time, Ethereum is right now doing this retest of this level, which was the, if you look here, it was the dump that swept the wick here and held it. still managed to close above. And right now it retested it from the, it flipped it and retested that level and is holding it. So this is a good sign for Ethereum as of now. And come on weekly and try to see if the charts made something different here. You can see Bitcoin is still holding below that level, while Ethereum already flipped it. So that's a good sign for Ethereum. We did have this sweep here, but no sweep here, just that. And this is also a PCM, one of the concepts we use. If we use this thing here, and then this. Oh, that's not what I want. DE. And if you drop on lower time frame, this low should be protected, basically. And this is unfilled, while on this chart, on Ethereum, it was perfectly tapped, so this is interesting for now. Also, let me see if this high was also the same level. Yeah. So Ethereum held this weekly structure, and I think Bitcoin missed that as of now. Yeah. So chance of us coming to 54 is still there. Potentially Ethereum could go higher while Bitcoin ranges. I wouldn't be surprised if we actually ranged here for a while on Ethereum while the Bitcoin does something like this. So we do have a M1 and M2 Wyckoff. But I'm pretty much bullish right now on crypto as of now. As this DXY is also bearish on higher time frame. We should revisit these lows and fill this big free tap. After that, I think crypto will quite struggle for a while. Let me delete this, I don't need them. And let's just go to DXY. So, and daily. So as you see, I send the team here that we are likely going lower on DXY in the VIP. So that was the goal for us. And right now I expect something like this to drop here. But if we go on a higher time frame, look what is happening here. So you have a free tap here on a higher time frame and lower time frame free tap as well. So then I expect even smaller time frame to drop over there. But if you go to monthly, this is where the move started pretty much, where the structure also broke. So this low is our target as of now. Let's see if there's some sort of supply level. There isn't currently. Nothing that I would see as of now. But yeah, this makes me bullish on crypto. What is this? Why did I mark it like that? There's something that I saw previously. I think there must have been something. What did I see there? No, but BTC demand still looks quite bearish, which is good. I had this free tab here previously, which is now finished pretty much. But let's check Ethereum Bitcoin. Held the level nicely, but still feels a little weird. This little candle is giving us some weird structure. See this little fucker? I mean, it doesn't look as bad, but we check cycles. Let's actually disable the quarterly one. So we approach the free here. Go to 2, then around here, push here. Let's enable it back, just something I wanted to check. Well, let's drop to 3-hour chart. This is also quite a weird move. We do have AEQ equal highs, basically. There isn't really much that would give us an idea of what's going to happen. There are some UNFs, a lot of UNFs, but well, the majority here. This push feels weird. It's PCM, so there's a chance that we will sweep this and then drop lower. Let's go to 1 hour real quick. UNFs all over the place. If we draw on higher, then there's UNF here on daily, and then there's more higher. I don't think this down will get filled right now, but if we go on weekly, there's UNFs up here, so that's good because this means that we should slowly see the price rise, as this is quite a long time since we have had any UNFs filled on weekly. It's more than 1,000 days, so. Hey bro, how are you? Good. What's up? I didn't announce the stream, so welcome. Just kind of chilling and charting. USDT dominance, let's check it. Okay, it stopped this zone I had here right now and reacting of it. Also the low of the PCM here. We might be short-term bearish right now as of now. Where are we in the cycle right now? Nothing significant right now. Oh, I see, yeah. This makes sense. Look, if we disable this and bring this here and here, you see that this was the range, and we swept the high. right now sweeping the low, so this makes sense in terms of why we should be short-term bearish here. This is also potentially a loading free tap. Now this is going to be a different one than you would see me use normally, but this is completely valid. So short-term bearish, I would expect the 61k fill, and then possibly continuation higher. It's likely that we will fill the 50% of that minimum. This also looks like a Wyckoff. What was the volume here? Oh, this is the chart that's bugged, but we go here on the volume. I'm kind of blind right now. When was this? 5th August. Right here. There wasn't enough volume, but it still looks bearish. Yeah. Did Ethereum sweep this high? Yeah, it did. Okay. So one more thing. Let's go back to the charting here. Here we need the Bitcoin. Okay, this is stuck, so let me reload it. Chart and shell, yep. So let me reload it to show you what I want you to see. And here we need the USDT dominance right now, not DXY. This can be off as well. Actually, let's turn these off so we don't need them right now. So we talked about this bearish free tap, which I had marked on the other Bitcoin chart. This is also the bottom of the range. And this is the bullish free tap here on USDT dominance. So the bearish for Bitcoin. And here, if you look here, there's an SMT up here from this high to this high. And same on Ethereum. And same on USDT dominance, except it's from the lows. So if we flip it, the weaker pair here is Bitcoin. Ethereum and USDT dominance should be stronger, which makes sense here. Or like in this case, the Bitcoin should have the sharper fall. And it's very likely that we are going to drop quite soon. Let me check the true opens. Can disable this. We are above the true opens. This was the PCM. So the question is, and up here, I want to check the cycle SMTs. We need higher. It was a weakless SMT. No, it's a little bit chaotic right now. I have a lot of stuff on my chart. People are likely watching this sort of a channel. And they definitely don't see the free tap here. So yeah, so likely we are going to drop to lower levels. There's also a bullish free tab here, which we have on different channel. Let me delete the channel so it won't bother you there and me. So there's this big bullish free tab. This is the PCM as well. Actually, let me see where the move started. It started here. We drop here and we apply the same method to this. Not like this. Okay. Is it going to be the top here, which it held or not? It is perfectly untapped it right now, so in this case, if the price does not recover above this, then we are looking for a drop towards these 62k minimum. That's what I would like to see right now. And for Ethereum, what would this mean? This is the starting point. It swept the low, held the level here. Ethereum is pretty much filled, so shouldn't drop as hard here. Okay, I want to go back to just Ethereum and check how the supply levels are doing there. And demand levels. So if you look here, let's disable all of this so we don't get bothered. So supply level, daily. I know I had this somewhere, but it's going to be, let me try to find it. It was Maxi. Yeah, but this was the chaotic one. I don't like that. Go on Blowfinden. Nope. And something OKX is not that good. Let's use Coinbase chart and so the supply currently is held up here. It got tapped. But the main supply is this little guy. Demand level. How's this? I want to make it more nice. Still not liking this. So, okay, so if we flipped this level, this was the enhanced level, right? Yeah, this one, 15 June. So this was the original supply. Yeah, and it got flipped to a demand level. Supply to demand. So if this holds, then this should be a chain. And right now we are coming for the next supply, which is possibly here. And this chain needs to hold. We can't wick below this as of now if we want to see Ethereum higher. Otherwise, we would see lower prices for Ethereum here too. This is also interesting. But let's jump on the Let's actually map out the whole demand that was here. It's going to be probably the safest way to map what happened. So this is unfilled. Maybe it was on the other exchanges, but let's mark it for now as of this. And just for precautions, I will do something like this. Yeah, so this aligns with the supply flip. Okay, so if this was filled on other exchanges, then this demand was continued. This is something I call demand chain. I think someone uses this probably, but just give it my own name. And this is where the supply failed. So this whole candle pretty much can be your supply key area. Aligns with the levels we have here. Yes. Okay. But the main move that flipped it was this little small fucker. So we can try to refine him here. Like this. So if the market wants to come back here, this would be the area to pay attention to as well. And here there was nothing that would give us the idea of a supply flip. Except this possible. This is also potentially an enhanced order block. We need to drop on lower time frame for that. We come here. So this would be the one. But I don't like this as much. The flip for supply here came here, so this is where I would expect the demand level potentially to on lower time frame. There was a valid chain here. See how it continuously filled those lows but never filled this one, so this is your potential liquidity. Then we do have a potential free tap base here. We can help refine this demand chain on lower time frame. Yeah, there is likely a free tap loading. So if the price is starting to do things like this, then you have the fake uptrend for now. I'll likely tap this level, flip to supply, push lower, and then potentially tap the supply again. And if we flip it, then this is very long, but it could take some time. This push up, was this push the high of the range? Yes, it was. It was tapped twice. And this is enhanced supply block here. There is a small VVG. This is your VVG. I'll check quickly if it happened also on the Bitcoin. At this time, no, there was not on sleep. This candle. This candle was also a holder for the structure here. It was a very tight level. Is there any VVG at this point where we would see something weird? No. Daily. Let's check daily VVGs. Ethereum, Bitcoin. We do have a VVG here, but not here. There's a daily bullish free tap on Bitcoin too. But there is a weird range on Ethereum, which could be a PO3. Now the question is where this block will lead first. If it's going to trap higher first, then it's potentially bearish again. Towards this low at least to fill the VVG. But if it decides to drop first, then we have a very, very bullish PO3. And then again, there's a small free tap here too, like this. So it should be a bullish free tap soon. And here's one loading as well, but I think Bitcoin will make a deeper low than Ethereum at this moment. Let's mark everything we have and what we know here. So this was the VVG, SSNT. We also had a big SSNT here. Shows a super big one. Two, 3. If was the trap in this current situation, which also created a SSMT here. And then we had the trap at 2-4. So this should be a bottom for now. And now we have a loading 3-3, which should give a either bull trap or bear trap. But there is going to be definitely more volatility coming right now. This is the area we are waiting for with the team. Hello guys. see some of you joined. Okay. Let's go for Doge. I'll check Doge a lot. Maxi chart. Doge is starting to look quite good here. Where's the volume? Okay, let's drop lower. This is a nice volume candle. There's a PCM down here. Which held the price, but let's adjust it a little bit. Oops. Adjust it a little bit. Held it nicely. This is the Wyckoff right now. This is the highest volume, and then this one. It feels okay, but we missed this setup, I guess. The minus C. This was your STB. This was the LPS. This was the AR. Potentially bearish free tap, but the Wyckoff would have to fail, which I doubt right now. But I mean, technically we should be bearish right now from what we analyzed, so as long as this does not close above this, then it's bearish, because it would be only the SFP. And this would mean on lower time frame we have a failed Wyckoff here, which would be the target for the lows here. There's an SSMT with Bitcoin and ETH. Oh, there's a bearish free tip. It's a clean one. One more thing, let's check this. Daily that did not close below that. I kinda don't like this candle for the bulls. What did it do here? Yeah, that's the range. So we swept the low, now we swept the high, so the range is finished as of now. Let me drag it so you see it. So low of the range, high of the range, deviation of the range, and deviation low of the range. So very likely going to drop here. There's a liquidity curve. Yeah. So would be careful with Doge as of now. We also never filled the 50% of this wick, which is also a red flag. On daily we did, I guess. Yeah, okay, on daily we did, but it was over the 50%, not perfectly. But would be careful with Doge then. Potentially this is the Vykov here. And this is the first SC if volume was high here. Yeah. EST, LPS, push higher. C, spring, push higher, okay. Let's check for VVGs. Okay, there was VVG which got filled. Tapped again. Yeah, okay, we have that marked. So this was a weird one. It doesn't look as good. Okay. Let's check something else for now. Oh, there's something I've talked about multiple times here. Beautiful chart. Absolutely beautiful chart. Perfectly tapped here. Oh, I have my coffee, I forgot. It's still flirting with those lows. Just interesting. This gives me a lot of confidence towards the Book of Ethereum. Because others is nearly at the lows, but like Wes already stealing some sort of a money from it. We are ranging here and boys already pumping up, so that's good. Potentially on weekly we might be forming some sort of a Bojan law, or even a monthly. Yeah. My target remains still the 500 billion on others. So approximately 300 rise from here. 300% rise. Total free, let's check total free. This is a nice looking monthly candle too. Let's check weekly. Sweat the low, sweat the low. This is SFP as of now. So good. This was your range. Same story as USDT range. Sweat the high, sweat the low. Now basically in no man's land. But that's okay because the range like conditions have been met. Now we can move and create a new structure. And if you look at this point, then there's like, it's very likely we are going to go higher than lower. I'll check something here. Yeah, it got tapped perfectly. So chance of us pumping back here to 1.3 trillion is very high. Perfect. Total 2. I want to see. My wish for Ethereum would be if we could perfectly tap 1300. That would be like perfect level to bounce off. I think it wouldn't get more perfect than that. And even for this candle, it would be so good. Because if we could just tap this low and then higher, it would be amazing. And you see I had this note here that the EOB was tapped on the DXY and Bitcoin earlier, but not on Ethereum. So this is potentially the strong zone here. I know a lot of people expect 700, but I don't think it would make sense in terms of a comparison to Bitcoin. Because that would break the SSMT cycles and doesn't really make sense to me on what should happen. Okay, let's go back. But yeah, for like from this chart on Ethereum, like on weekly looks perfect. Even the cycles here, this was the cycle low or like cycle magnet for the manipulation phase. You see we came back to it. This was the original range. We came here, tapped it, respected it. Here we immediately closed lower, but came back to test it. Then it was resistance and now it's support pretty much. So as long as we stay above 1800, I can remain bullish. But if we drop below here, I would like to see a retest of this and drop into 1300. I think it's quite simple. Either drop below to 1300 and then above, or we just simply arrange here and keep continuing higher. But one of the main levels is 2k right now, then this is where I would watch the reaction. If it wants to go lower, I would expect the 2k to be hit first before we would reverse. I think Bitcoin is just making me unsure of the move, but we do have equal highs there too. It's just that I would like to see 61k quickly, but I guess that's where we need to be patient. I mean, it makes kind of sense, so it won't come as fast as we would want to. It would be very brutal if they fucked with the people the way where we would have the third quarter basically better trap where we would push to 93k and then dump. I think it would mess with people a lot. Because if you look into this, this is basically still a ICT sell model. It's just that I have had this sell model here for long, or like many times. Let me show you. This is something we saw above 100k still. So this is the VVG that you see on the picture here. It's market orange, so it's different. So this is the VVG, okay? We had a drop here, but I would say this drop Let's thinking what to do here. Let's hide indicators at least. So you had to move up here, higher high, then dump. We came back to PVG, first PVG here. Dropped lower. This is your first move. Move here down. And now we should be in this move here. So something like this, and then potentially lower. I still feel like the 20k could come later on. I think people are way too used for markets to run higher once it dumps a little bit, but yeah, like this is a huge liquidity curve up here. We just went up for like 1,000 days. We did here too. Well, then you had the 76% drop, which here it would be equal to like to 30k. But 80% correction or to 85% correction is a magic number for me. That's what I was using for low caps. That's where I would be buying if I expect the coin to bounce hard, 80 to 85%. And funny enough, it was also here on buy. It was this where we were buying again. I think here, somewhere here. And then it pumped, but right now I'm still accumulating this. It's fighting this. It's fighting this zone. I think once they flip it, it's going to run. It's been quite a long time and a little bit painful, I don't know, but I like it. Let me switch here. I don't know where I have that. I do have the boa somewhere, the fractal. But time cycles were pretty much amazing for the boa. I do have it somewhere, but maybe here, somewhere here, I don't know. Can close these, I don't need them really. APT is something we have been in for a while. Still ranging. There's a free tap and I expect it to pump around 100% at least. I like what it's doing here. It took the low and perfectly swept it. So yeah, so we are sitting in this. You are looking to buy something. This is what we longed. AVEX also a coin that I'm kind of monitoring right now. It doesn't look bad. If you look into volume here, 0 confirmed SC. STV. And this is your LPS right now. So if I would be buying something here, it would be APT and AVEX. Potentially with a target of 9.38, so about 40% pump. It's going to be a range. My guess is that this chart will do something like this. And then we range here before any other move. Because you see what it does. This is your shoulder, neck, shoulder. Something I think they will play. I've lost the stream here. So, if you want to jump into here, then your trades should look like this. Stop loss with a daily closure below this level. And if we drop lower here, then you can wait for spring if it's model number 2 and then relong again. So either something like this, or we come for the spring and then if we do come for the spring, it should appear around 5.5. It's the lowest I could see it. We just log into one app. I think I will just long AVX here. Kinda like it. Or like add more to that position because I don't have enough there. I fucking hate one of these services I have to go through so much, bro. I don't give a fuck about losing this fucking XP, fuck that. Oh, I don't have damn, I don't have ARP. That sucks. Wait, can I unstake here? Withdraw. Request. Yeah. So retarded, bro. Okay, it doesn't matter. I guess I won't be longing that right now of that account. I don't want to breach right now. That would be annoying. So do it on some decks. 1 sec. And let me send the signal to okay, guys, I think this is going to be it for the stream. I think we went through quite a lot. And I don't really have much ideas anymore, and still need to hit some of my workout, so I'm going to be working on the notes. I can show you the notes. I think just a quick tease. Just let me run it up. This is something I'm doing for VIP right now, working on it. but I think I will only just like show you just part of it. Just out of the respect for the VIP. Okay, let me change the window. So this is something I currently have. There's a lot more, but I don't want to zoom out right now. So there's going to be quick like guides through my whole concept and what do I look for. I'm working on the strategy. There's going to be a mindset tab as well. And then also a fundamentals, how to look for them, what to look for, timing of them. Presidential year is something I will talk about. It's also a big fundamental stuff, like not fundamental, but time-wise fundamental. And yeah, let me show you quickly. There's like a lot of stuff already. There's like insanely a lot of stuff. Took me like about, I would say, about 17 hours of just marking down stuff. But there's going to be more and more. And then you will be able to hide these things, and this is going to be huge guide in one place. So you will have like a checklist, and I want to implement one of the journals here, which I have been looking for, and there's like a lot of good stuff. You have like the Pomodoro, which I like to use, and then it also comes back to journals. So not only it gives you these data for how long you worked, but then you also have the journals here. One second here. Like you will be able to journal everything, and then it will give you like a lots of data. If you put any trades here, basically everything is here like mentioned for, like noted for the trades, and so it's crazy good for now. Be able to do absolutely everything there. It's one of the best utilities I have as of now. So, and lovely thing about the notes here is that each tabs, like this one, Wikiphases, has its own file which you can use with notes, and that's absolutely lovely. So you can study each topic on your own with examples. You can note there, but it's all in one place where you can like view stuff. There'll also be a tab of indicators, and then we walk through to you to my site where you can buy them. Lots of stuff. Okay, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you on the next stream. Thank you for coming on this unannounced stream. So thank you and bye bye.